Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the 2025 NBA playoff day 2. Today we had another 4 games. They are played the game 1 of the other 4 series in the first round, where we had 2 games in the Western Conference and 2 games in the Eastern Conference. Where in the first game, the Oklahoma City Thunder didn't have any problem and defeated and humiliated the Grizzlies 131 to 80. In the second game, the Boston Celtics, the reigning champion team, didn't have any problem and defeated the Orlando Magic by 17-point difference, 103 to 86. In the third game of the day, the best team in the Eastern Conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers, battled a little, but in the end they could get the victory and they got a easy win where they defeated the Miami Heat by 21-point difference, 121 to 100. And in the last game, in the best game of the day, and I think that the best game into these days, the Golden State Warriors visited the Houston Rockets and defeated and won the game 195 to 85. So let's talk about a little more about each game. Let's start with the Eastern Conference. Let's start with the first game, the Boston Celtics 103, Orlando Magic 86. About this game, the Boston Celtics battle a little in the first half, but in the second half they show why they are the reigning champion team, and they show that they want to repeat again this summer. Where in the halftime, in the first half, they were leading the game by 8-point difference, 26 by 18. Where they battled more was in the second quarter, where is the Magic play his best basketball, but in that quarter they scored 31 points. They only allowed the Boston Celtics scored 22 points. They won this quarter by 9-point difference, and they took the lead of the game. Where in the halftime, the Magic were leading by 1-point difference, 49 to 48. In the second half, in the halftime, sorry, the Celtics made the adjustment, the nose adjustment, and in the second half they took the score to play the Magic, where they won the third quarter by 12-point difference, 30 to 18. They took the lead of the game. This time they were leading by 11-point difference, and in the fourth quarter it happened the same, where the Celtics outplayed the Magic. They won that quarter by 25 by 19, and in the end they got the victory 103 to 86. With this victory, the Boston Celtics took the lead of the game 1-0, and the best player was Derrick White with 30 points. The second best scorer was Peyton Pritchard with 19 points, and the third and fourth best scorer respectively were Jason Tatum with 17 points and 14 rebounds, a double-double, and Jaylen Brown with 16 points. In the second game of the conference, the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Miami Heat 121 to 100. About this game, the Miami Heat play a very good basketball. I'm not gonna to lie, but when you play and you face against one of the best team in the league, you have to play at a perfect game. And the Cleveland Cavaliers play also a great game, so it was very difficult to the Miami Heat to compete and defeat the Miami the Cavs. How I told you, the Miami Heat play a very good basketball, but in the end they face the second best team in the league, and the Cavs show why they won they got the best record in the conference, and they defeated easily the Heat. The Cleveland Cavaliers were leading in the halftime 61 by 54 by 8-point difference, where in the third quarter the difference was also 8-point difference, but where the Cavaliers could create a big gap was in the third quarter, in the last quarter, where they outscored and won that quarter by 13-point difference, 34 by 21, and in the end they won the game 121 to 100. With this victory, the Cavs took the lead of the series 1-0, and the best player in this game were Donovan Mitchell with 30 points. The second best score was Ty Jerome with 28 points, and the third best was Darius Garland with 27 points. When three of your players in a game score more than 25 points each one, the most probably is that you are gonna to win that game. And in the Western Conference, in the games, in today's games, the first game, the Oklahoma City Thunder didn't have any problem and defeating and humiliating the Memphis Grizzlies 151 by 80. To be honest, The Thunders had an easy game. They had the game finish it over in the first quarter. But to be honest, this was a humiliation. The Grizzlies couldn't compete against the Thunders, and the Thunders show why they were the best team in the regular season, and they show today that they want to win this championship, where the Thunders were leading in the end of the first quarter by 12-point difference, 32 by 20. But in the second quarter, they humiliated the Grizzlies. They crushed them because they won this quarter by 20-point difference, 36 by 16. And in the halftime, the Thunders were leading 68 by 36. They were leading by 32-point difference, and in that moment the game was over. I expected that in the second half the Grizzlies were going to improve a little his basketball level, and they were going to try to reduce the game to minimum 20-point difference, like what the Bucks did yesterday. And the game was exciting in the last quarter, but now they couldn't because in the third quarter the Thunder crashed the Grizzlies, where they won they increased the lead to a more than 40-point difference in the third quarter. They scored 44 points in the third quarter. They only allowed 27 points to the Grizzlies. They increased the lead this time. The Thunder sorry won this quarter by 17-point difference, and the Thunder were leading 112 to 63, and the Thunder were leading in the end of the third quarter by 49-point difference. In the fourth quarter, the Thunder relaxed its basketball level. They put the best players, so did the Grizzlies, and in the end, they won the game by 51-point difference. Yeah, you heard that. I was correct. 51-point difference, 151 by 80, and this is the most different for a game in a playoff. So the Thunder humiliated the Grizzlies, and I think that the Thunder this is going to be a close series, because I don't see how the Grizzlies can compete and defeat the Thunders. The best player in this game was Aaron Wiggins with 21 points. The second best scorer was Jalen Williams with 20 points, and the third best was Chet Holmgren with 19 points. You can see here that in this game, six players of the Thunders scored more than 10 points, and this was one of the reasons why they won this game easily. And in the last game of the day, the Golden State Warriors traveled to Houston and defeated the Houston Rockets 95 by 85. This has been until this moment the best game in these 2 days, because these two teams show a lot of intensity and a very great basketball. Where I think that the big difference here, in my opinion, the Houston Rockets are a better team than the Golden State Warriors. But in this game, the Warriors show the experience and how to play the playoffs, and the Houston Rockets made some very bad decisions, especially in the last quarter, in the clutch time, that the Warriors took advantage of that and they won this game. This game was very very interesting because the Rockets were leading in the end of the third quarter by 3-point difference, 21 by 18. In the second quarter is when the Warriors took advantage of that. They took the lead of the game, and they had all the game where they played a tremendous basketball in the second quarter, where they scored 29 points, but they only allowed that the Rockets scored 13 points. They took the lead of the game, and in the halftime, the Golden State Warriors were leading 47 by 34 by 13-point difference. In the third quarter, the Rockets improved his basketball level, where they won that quarter this time by 4-point difference, and they reduced the game to a 5-point difference in the end of the quarter. And the Golden State Warriors were leading 69 by 64 in the no sorry the Golden State Warriors were leading in the third quarter, in the end of the third quarter, 69 by 60 by 9-point difference. And the fourth quarter, it was amazing because the Rockets reduce the game to a 5 or 6 point difference. They had the time and they had the momentum to minimum to tie this game, but in the last 3 minutes of the game, the Rockets made several mistakes. So they allowed a lot of offense rebounds by the Warriors. They execute a very bad East offense, and the Warriors in the same time they play a tremendous defenses where they defend them very well, especially in the paint, and they didn't allow any triples, and they made a very important plays that they scored that point, and for that reason they won this game 95-85, and they took the lead of the series. I think that this series is going to be defined in 7 games because I see very close this series, but in this time it won the experience of the Warriors. So the best player in this game was Stephen Curry with 31 points. It looked like that Stephen Curry wants to win another championship, and the second best scorer was Jimmy Butler that scored 25 points, and Jimmy Butler played in a playoff mode. And remember that when Jimmy Butler plays in a playoff mode, when he's going to play a tremendous he's going to play in a tremendous level. Most of the time his team are going to win, and the team best scorer was Randy Podziemski with 14 points. So what's next? Tomorrow will be the day 3 where only we'll have 2 games, where tomorrow we'll be playing the Eastern Conference, the game 2 between the New York Knicks against the Detroit Pistons. This game will be playing the New York City in the Madison Square Garden at 19:30 Eastern time. Remember that yesterday the Knicks defeated the Pistons 122-112, and in this moment the Knicks are leading the series. I think that this will be a close game, but in the end I think that the Knicks are going to win this game by more than 3 point difference, and the Knicks are going to take a 2-0 lead. And the second game of the day, a game of the Western Conference, will be the game 2 between the Denver Nuggets against the Los Angeles Clippers and Denver, Colorado at 20:20 o'clock Eastern time. Remember that the Nuggets won the first game yesterday in the overtime where they defeated 112-110 to the Clippers, and for that reason the Nuggets are leading the series. So I think that this will be a tremendous game. I think that in this time the Clippers are gonna to win this game. I think that by 1 point difference, and the Clippers are gonna to tie the series. So in this video I talk about what happened today, where we'll play another 4 games in the first round in the game 1, where the Thunder didn't have any problem and defeated the humiliated Grizzlies. They won the game by 51 point difference, and the Thunders took the lead of the series. In the second game, the reigning champion team didn't have any problem, defeated the Magic by 17 point difference, and they took the lead of the series. In the third game, the best team in the Eastern Conference, the Cavs, defeated the Heat by 21 point difference. And the last game, and the best game until this moment in the playoffs, the Warriors traveled to Rockets, and they show how the playoffs have to be played, and they won the game against the Rockets 95-85. They took the lead of the series, and they stole the home advantage to the Rockets. And tomorrow we have only 2 games. Will be the game 2 where the Knicks will receive the Pistons, where the Knicks are leading 1-0, and I think that the Knicks are going to win this game, and they are going to take a 2-0 lead in the series. And in the second game, the Denver Nuggets are going to receive the LA Clippers, where the Nuggets have the advantage 1-0, but I think that in this game the Clippers are going to win it, and they're going to tie the series. So I hope you like this video, and if you have any comment suggestion, you can write me in any of my social media platforms. So see you next video. Gibran.